we seem to be going through a run of enhanced genre films because following films like Bring Her Back, The Naked Gun, Weapons, we're now traversing into the romantic comedy genre, but again, a real contemporary re-examination of the genre, because Materialists is like taking a classic noughties, maybe even 90s rom-com premise, but really filtering it through a much more nuanced, much more contemplative, really wanting to delve deeper into some of the themes and ideas of romance in the modern era. Not to say that that wasn't done previously, but in regards to this particular iteration of that genre, this feels like it really wants to examine what dating is like in the modern world. I mean, Celine Song really has demonstrated that she has a perception of romance that there's a depth to her style, to her directorial, the way that she wants to present modern romance is distinctive. And to be fair, the fact that we have Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal, and Dakota Johnson leading in a really strong way gives us three characters that do the old school, almost Hallmark style romance love triangle of someone torn between wealth and influence and status against a much rawer, much simpler love. But again, it really wants to examine those themes and present them in a way that's much more considered and really look at what it means, not just from a instinctive perspective, but also from a, in the world in which we live, where things like money and status and career do matter, we take moments and scenes between these characters where you do say, well, you might feel a passionate love for this person, but can you see yourself having a life with them? And conversely, this person can present you a life, but do you feel that raw emotion that will help you fall in love with them? And again, I just think I mean, what's really nice is I thought Dakota Johnson was always a very strong leading actress, particularly around romantic comedy stories. I was a big fan of hers from How to Be Single. And I think this has really showcased her abilities, and again, the three of them together are really good and they enhance each other. But again, there's a depth in the narrative, in the themes, that I think really enhances this kind of story, and I think leaves you thinking about the world in which we live, modern love, and the consequences to decisions that we make when it comes to things like dating and choosing a partner and choosing a life going forward in a much more, a much deeper and more considered way.